In this quick video, we're going to learn how to apply a shadow in Framer. Now, if we select an element such as this one, but you can also simply create a frame, you're going to notice that we have this shadow option right here, which by default is going to display like this. And as you click on it, you're going to see this shadow menu. Now, the very first option we're going to discuss in just a minute. What I wanted to focus on initially is the x-axis, which is going to determine the position of the shadow within its x-axis. And as you can see, you can actually add both a positive value or a negative value. And the same is going to be true also for the y-axis. Now, the moment that we're happy with the position, usually you would either increase or decrease the blur depending on the type of shadow that you're creating. And the spread is essentially going to determine the size of the shadow. So that's going to be the main elements that you're going to usually tweak when it comes to the shadows. And you can also change the color and apply a transparency to the shadow so that it's not as harsh as having a full color set at 100%. And one really useful option which Framer introduced is the realistic shadow. Now, the realistic shadow is essentially going to give us a more realistic feeling to the shadow. So if we zoom in, you can see how the shadow is getting darker as we are going more towards the actual object, and then it smooths out in a very soft way. So this is going to be an effect that you definitely want to keep in mind. And the very last option is going to be the positioning. So by default it's going to be outside, but you can also set it inside if that is the effect that you are looking for. You can also add and combine multiple shadows. So for example, I could have one inner shadow, and then I can add an outside shadow in order to create specific effects, and you can create as many shadow effects as you want. So the sky is the limit when it comes to the possibilities of creating effects using this very option.